He graduated from Lucknow University in Maths and Statistics and MCA from JSSATE UPTU. So I welcome Mr. Shyam Kumar. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Professor Aruna. I would like to give thanks to you and RIT Institute, Dehradun, who organizing such kind of programs and inviting me to guide the students. And I also would like to thank the institution like Sudan Lal Sanwal Das Khanna Mahila Mahavidyalaya, Constituent College of University of Allahabad. So thank you so much. And before starting, I would like to know that all the participants who joined here, I mean, from which stream they are.
Most probably are the art student.
Okay, great. Thank you. So today the topic that is given to me is on business model canvas. So any one of you have heard this word before? What is business model? What is canvas? Anything? Anybody can if know, then please let me know. I mean, if you don't know, there is no problem. I mean, I'll let you know what exactly it is. So fine, let me just share my deck. So I hope my screen is visible to all.
Yes, sir. It's perfectly visible.
Yeah, thank you. So the topic is on session on business model canvas. I am myself Shyam Kumar, manager incubation. I am Lucknow Sci-Fi, presenting this thing. Great. Okay, now we have to understand what is business model canvas. So it is easy if we can break these three words: business model canvas. So everybody know business. What is business? I mean, any idea if anyone pursuing and turning that into idea into a business successful business venture, that is a business. What is a model? Model is a frame that we can how this business runs. We can prepare some model, right? And what is canvas? Everybody know what is a canvas. I mean, a plain paper on which we are drawing. It's called the canvas, right? So how these three words are connected? I mean, business model canvas. So it is connected like you have to draw. I mean, if you have some idea, you want to convert that idea into a successful venture, then you have to manage all the resources, right? There's so many things inside the business when you're starting. So how you are going to manage the show? What are the things you are needed? You have to maintain on a piece of paper that will give you a clear picture, not initially a clear picture, but tentatively give you an idea of what exactly I'm looking for, who is my potential customer, who is my potential buyer, from where I can arrange the different resources. So in typical terms, I mean, I would say the definition terms, the business model canvas is a strategic management template used for developing new business models and documenting the existing one. It offers a visual chart with the elements describing as a firm's or a product, value proposition, infrastructure, customers, finances, assisting businesses to align their activities by illustrating the potential trade-off. And where this concept comes from is also important. So there are 9 building blocks. I mean, there are 9 blocks on a canvas. It is a form of a template you can easily get on a Google. So the template came to be called business model canvas, were initially proposed in 2005 by Alexander Osterwalder, based on his earlier work on the business model ontology. Okay, so this is a small picture of what is business model canvas. Now, what is a need? Why do we need it? Everything available on Google, Google can guide me everything. But business idea is a unique, right? I mean, the idea that you are pursuing, that you are convert into a successful venture, is your idea, and how you are going to run your show, you know, nobody else know. So to running the show of your business or a venture, you need a plan. So when planning your startup, go through your business model canvas, because as soon as you are entering in a startup business, everywhere where you go, people will ask you, what is your business model? So until unless you are not familiar with this thing, you are not able to curate your model, and on this model you can prepare your strategy later on. So it's an exercise that integrate your complete canvas into a business plan. If your business is already operating or going through an exercise, this is just available. So you'll have to you have the opportunity to access your business plan using the actual data and refine your strategy to get closer to your goals. So that's why we needed this business model canvas. Now, how this canvas look like? So as I told you that there are 9 building blocks basically. So if you see on my screen, on your screen, so the first one is the key partners, key activities, key resources, value proposition, customer relationship, customer segments, channels, cost structure, revenue stream. So every component in this chart, on this paper, on this canvas, is important for your business, because you have to identify your key partners, you have to identify the key activities we are going to happen or incur in your business. What is the value proposition to your customer relationship, how can we build up, what is your customer segment. So I will discuss one by one all these 9 blocks. Okay, so on this my screen, the 9 building block of canvas. So you see that there are key partners, key activities, key resources, and a small definition pertaining to that is written in front of it. So let's come to me one by one. Okay, now, okay, after discussing all these blocks, I'll show a video that will help you to understand how this thing is gonna useful for your business. So the first one is key partners. Suppose you are running a business when you are a manufacturer of something or producing a product. Okay, so while producing something, you need a raw material, and through the raw material, something has been produced. Then you need the market, right? So there are different key partners throughout the channels. So this is the exercise where you can, on this first screen, in the block of key partners, you have to identify your partner, write the names there. You have to write down the names. Who are the key partners? Who will be the key partners? So who are the buyers and suppliers you need to form a relationship with? What the other alliances will help you to accomplish core business activities and fulfill your value proposition to customer. Okay, so this is the first one, is a key partner. Now the second one is a key activities. What are the major important activities you are going to perform in your venture that will help you to run your business successfully? So what are the most important activities you must engage in to fulfill your value proposition, to secure your distribution channel, to create and strengthen the customer relationship, to optimize your revenue stream, and many more. So what are the key activities you have to identify inside your business? You have to write it down in this column number 2, which is the key activities. Now key resource is also a very important thing. What are the resources you are looking for? What is resources needed to create value for your customer, to sustain your business? So in this block you have to identify your resources and write it down. Now fourth one is a value proposition. This is also very important for any business. I mean, what value you are bringing to your customer. Suppose you are going to buy any grocery store, right? The product that you selected is selected on behalf of your requirement. So the company who's selling to you, he understand what is the value proposition I'm providing to my customer. अगर एक बार मेरे को उसने सामान दिया है, सपोज अगर मैं नॉर्मल टूथपेस्ट की बात करूं, तो जब हम किसी शॉप पे जाते हैं ग्रोसरी के और मैं पेप्सोडेंट उठा लेता हूं या कोलगेट उठा लेता हूं या एनी अदर ब्रांड दैट आई एम पिकिंग, so these companies understand the value proposition of their customer, how we are going to serve it, why this customer will pick my toothpaste, right? So similarly you have to understand what value you are bringing to your customer, why they buy your product. So what is the core problem you are solving? The core problem does your business solve, what are the benefit does your business deliver, and what product or services will you offer to meet the needs of the customer. So this point number 4 on this canvas is really very important. Now coming to the fifth point, which is a customer segment. I mean, who will your business serve? Will you serve a single customer type or a multi-customer segment? Which customer are the most critical for you to success for your business? So for example, if you want to understand in a little more, you have to understand this way, like everybody wants to go to market and buy something from multi retail store, say like Big Bazaar, for suppose. Who I want to buy some clothes, I look for Shoppers Stop, pantaloons, or any other brand that I can look for. Okay. Now there is another thing called Vishal Mega Mart, right? V Mart, She Mart, whatever. So one side you have Shoppers Stop, one side you have pantaloons, one side you have Cobb or any other brand. On the other side you have this V Mart and Vishal Mega Store, Vishal Mega Mart. So you have to understand what kind of customer entering into their premises. What is their pocket size? Okay. So people are feeling privileged when they are entering into the Vishal Mega Mart and when the people are entering into the Shoppers Stop. So this is the customer segment. So they identified, I mean Vishal Mega Mart identified the customer, middle class people is my customer, lower middle class or middle class is people my customer. So I will put my product, I'll put the product in my store as such which is economical, neither too high nor too low. Because if I make the product on a higher cost, people will not buy because their pocket doesn't allow, right? And similarly, if the product price is quite low, it will hamper their brand. So it's a balance between requirement and segment. So you have to identify your segment accordingly, which customer segment you are going to serve. I mean your business, your product or your service is going to serve what kind of segment. Because if your segment is okay, I mean targeted, then you'll understand this thing very easily, that how you are going to run your show. Now sixth is the customer relationship. Customer relationship is also very important, because once the customer, you identify your customer segment and how you are maintaining your relationship, because it's not a one-day relationship, it's continuing going on. On my screen there are lots of students and a couple of faculties also, so I would like to ask you, can anybody tell me what is the difference between customer and consumer? Anyone? Anybody wants to yeah,
Right?
hello.
Sir, here is Priyanka.
Pardon?
Sir, customer who buys the product and consumer who use the products. That is the basic difference between customer and consumer.
Okay, anybody else wants to try? please be interactive. I don't want to be, one kind of session like I am talking too much and then I'm not listening anything.
Sir, I think customer buys the product and services and resell it,
Okay, okay,
and consumer consume the product or service.
okay. Now, then I would like to ask you, everybody, like I buy a SIM of BSNL, right? So whether I am a customer to BSNL or I am a consumer to BSNL.
Sir, sorry to interrupt you, sir. Shyam sir?
Hanji, Hanji.
Sir, I want to make a request. Due to any technical issues, session may be interrupted. You can join with
Okay,
the same link again.
okay. So I mean, I'm audible to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are perfectly audible.
Okay, so what is I mean, there's a problem at your end.
Yes, sir. It's my end.
So do I have to stop it here?
No, no, no. If
Okay.
it be interrupted.
Okay, okay, no problem, no problem. So yeah, my question was that if I buy a SIM of BSNL, whether I am a customer to BSNL or a consumer to BSNL.
Sir,
Customer and consumer.
Pardon?
Both. You are a customer and consumer.
Okay, okay. Anyone else?
So I think customer.
Okay, so this is a very tricky question. Whether I am a customer or a consumer. So I would like to tell you the basic difference. Customer is one such that visited. If I visited the shop and I buy something, I never turn back. Okay, this is a one kind of relation, one time of relation, one kind of relation. And consumer is the such that if I buy something from a shop and I again back to that shop again for the services, is a consumer. So if I buy a SIM from BSNL, is not a one-time activity, is a keep going activity that every time the recharge finishes, I have to recharge again, right? Until unless I fed up with the services. So this is the basic difference between customer and consumer. So you have to understand, I mean, what kind of relationship that you want to maintain with your consumer or customer. You want to make so there. I mean, it's mentioned the customer relationship, right? But I would say that you want to just give me a moment. Just give me a moment.
It is requested to all the participants kindly join the session again with the same link after it will be end after 6 minutes.
Yeah, I'm really sorry I had to take the call. No problem. So yeah, so I was telling you that what type of relationship you want to continue with your customer or consumer is also very important. Now I have to move to the another point, which is a sales channel, right? Whether if you are a product company or you is a service company, you have to maintain the sales, right? Either is a product or a software or kind of services, you have to maintain the channel, sales channel. You have to identify the who are my key people whom I can sell this thing. So through what means will reach to your target customer. Like channel is such that a linkage. I mean, one side you are producing something. I mean, you are supplying. You are a supply. Other side is a customer which is in demand. So in between demand and supply, there is a channel. There is a link. Like you have to identify which channel I have to use. I have to directly go to the retail, or I have to directly go to the distribution ship and then further retail, or I have some other models that I have to follow up, right? So which is the most cost effective how are your sales channels integrated. So you have to identify this thing, very sincerely, I would say. Now the 8th point is cost structure. I mean, the last 2 point is a cost and revenue. So this 8th point is a cost structure, like pertaining to your business. What type of cost involves? Okay, suppose I am running a startup, right? My startup is doing something, say designing. Okay, suppose I'm designing something. I have a designing firm which designs the collateral, banner, standee, this and that. So what type of cost involved? Like I have to pay rent somewhere. This is my cost. I have to distribute the salaries of my staff. This is my cost. I have to invest on computers. This is my cost. I have to spend many other things while I'm running this business. So what are the cost? What type of cost are involved? Right? You have to identify it and mention in this box. So a part of this block is determining which structures make the most sense for your business and factoring that into your cost strategy. जब तक आपको अपने बिजनेस के कॉस्टिंग का पता नहीं होगा तब तक आप अपने बिजनेस को ड्राइव नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि समथिंग दैट इज लुकिंग अपफ्रंट कि मुझे ये पता है कि ये खर्चे हैं, लेकिन देयर आर सम हिडन खर्चा, सम हिडन कॉस्ट जो कि एंटिसिपेट नहीं कर सकते हम, राइट? सो उस तरह की कॉस्टिंग जब हम करेंगे अपने बिजनेस के लिए तो हमें आगे प्रॉब्लम नहीं होगी, और अगर हमने इस पॉइंट पे फोकस नहीं किया देन आई हैव टू फेस सम प्रॉब्लम लेटर ऑन बिकॉज माय स्ट्रेटजी इज रॉन्ग, राइट? सो दिस कॉस्ट स्ट्रक्चर इज आल्सो वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. नाउ कमिंग टू द 9th point, which is a revenue stream. Everything is okay, that from the key activities, from the customer relationship, customer segment, coming to the cost stream, cost structure. Now last comes to the revenue stream, and everything you have done. Now where are the key channels, or the potential channels, potential partners whom revenue comes from? So how will you charge for your product or service? What are the customers willing to spend, and how much will each revenue stream contribute to your overall annual revenue? Okay, as I was telling you earlier, that what kind of model you are picking. Are you picking that I can directly go to the retail, or should I go for distributionship? Then I will not entertain directly into the retail. So I mean, there are different means. I mean, how you are putting your product in the market, and where are the revenues comes from. So these are the 9 building blocks of business model canvas, and you have to understand this thing. So I explain the key partners, key activities, value proposition, key resources, customer relationship, channels, customer segment, cost structure, and revenue streams. So I request all the students who are here, it doesn't matter you are the BA or BSc or BCom or some other stream, because entrepreneurship is not such a thing that is restricted to the subject. Anybody can thought something, having some idea in their mind, and how that idea converted into a venture. When you are startup India और इस तरह की जब हम बातें आजकल सुनते हैं, तो हम भी अपना स्टार्टअप शुरू करें, लेकिन वो स्टार्टअप शुरू करने का जो मंत्र है या जो मकसद है वो ये नहीं है कि मैंने एक छोटा सा एरिया लेके अपनी कंपनी डाल दी, बट वो कंपनी जो मैंने डाली है वो कंपनी करती क्या है, वो कंपनी को मैं आगे कैसे ग्रोथ के लिए ले जाऊंगा, उसके लिए ये कैनवस प्रिपेयर किया जाता है. इसमें जितने पार्ट दिख रहे हैं इसमें सब एक दूसरे से कोरिलेटेड है, क्योंकि एक का गड़बड़ होना दूसरे पे इफेक्ट डालेगा. शुरुआत के जो 3 हैं, की पार्टनर्स, की एक्टिविटीज, की रिसोर्सेज, आई मीन दिस इज डायरेक्टली रिलेटेड टू द वैल्यू प्रपोजिशन. Customer relationship, customer segment or channel, that also somehow related to the value proposition. And all of these videos available in WhatsApp, on YouTube. So you may take, you have to take a tour or take a glance on it. So it's a small video of 8 minutes, and that will describe you how you can fill the canvas. There's an example of Uber, the riding company everybody knows. So just take a look.
Sir, you are not audible, sir.
Kindly unmute yourself. Shamsha, we are unable to hear you.
Yeah, sorry.
We are unable to. Now it's okay.
No, just give me a moment. So right now I'm audible to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and what about this audio of this video?
Perfect.
Okay.
Suffer from a common misconception called to everybody need my product. Narrow down the customer segment as accurately as possible. You'll be able to expand it later on if you've lost the map. Uber offers its service to passengers and drivers. The passenger segment can display narrower products.
Sorry, sir. It's not moving. We can only hear the audio sound.
In the early adopters section, you can specify the actual people who will be the first to use the raw product and provide feedback. These may include first customers, developers, friends, and even you, the startup founder. In the problem box, we refer to customer problems that your product is meant to solve. If you have several customer segments with different problems, you may make separate canvases for each of them. Here, we have specified problems for passengers and drivers separately. Therefore, we've got such problems as expensive taxi service, availability of cabs, long waiting time during the rush hours, advanced booking is often required, and lack of driver profile for passengers. Drivers need extra income, a part-time job opportunity, and awareness of who they are going to drive. In the existing alternatives section, you should place your closest competitors that are already solving the specified problems. We split the Uber existing alternatives according to different user segments. So passengers can opt for public transport, a taxi service, or ride with a friend. And drivers are limited to taxi service and other full or part-time jobs to get income. The product you are going to create must bring revenue. Usually entrepreneurs use the cost-based approach where you need to calculate costs and add a margin. However, we recommend you to rely on the average value required for the customer to solve the problem. For example, Uber takes around 25% of the pay for each ride. All problems you specified in the neighboring box should be matched by the relevant solutions. Explain what experience the customers are meant to have. Uber offers a cheaper ride opportunity, wide car network, fast pickup, route tracking, as well as drivers and passengers' ratings to solve the mentioned problems. Cooperation with your target customers will allow you to learn their needs and offer the most suitable solution. It's no accident that the unique value proposition box takes the central part of the link canvas. The unique value proposition is a brief message which is meant to attract customers' attention. You need to describe the uniqueness of your product and show its key difference from the existing alternatives. Uber attracts customers not only with its speed and low price, but also a package of services in one app, which allows you to find a safe ride 24/7, 365. Drivers, in turn, opt for Uber as they can work on their own schedule, manage their revenue, navigate the route through the app, and forget about taxi license issues. In the lower part of the unique value proposition box, there is a place for creating a high-level concept, a short and easy-to-understand statement about your product. It's a kind of elevator pitch you will use when addressing your product. As an example, Uber is like taxi, but cheaper, safer, and more flexible. Even the most groundbreaking product on the market can fail if the customers are not aware of it. Specify communication channels to reach out to your target audience. In our canvas, Uber relies on PR, word of mouth, and user referrals. Define key tracking metrics to measure the progress of your business. Initially, you can do with one key metric like minimum success criteria, meaning the outcome that can be deemed a success. Later on, you can expand your link canvas with other vital metrics. As for Uber, they factor in the number of users and rides, money earned, and referred users. The fixed and variable costs find their place in the cost structure box. These may include costs for the office rent, hardware, recruitment, market research, etc. It's enough to narrow your time window to a particular milestone like a product release or achieving the first 100 customers. Once your cost structure box is filled in, you can balance it with revenue streams and get answers to such questions as how many customers do I need to pay off the investments, where is the break-even point, and others related to the winning outcome. In our example, let's focus on costs for product development, infrastructure and support, as well as the marketing expenses and salaries. The last step in the link canvas is your unfair advantage. This term denotes a special thing about your idea that your competitors are not able to copy or obtain in any possible way. Unfair advantage may include a good reputation, exclusive access to some data, personal authority, community, or any other unique advantage. It's not necessary to seek out your competitive advantage right now. You can fill in this box later when some other things have started to go in your favor. When Uber was founded, its unfair advantage was the experience the application offered: low-priced rides at the push of the button. That's it. Remember that your link canvas can and needs to be changed once you get new feedback from your customers. While you're in a startup mode, you're still testing various hypotheses.
Okay, fine. So I hope you all got some small sense that how this business model canvas is going to fill up onto the 9 blocks, on the 9 segment blocks. So this is one example from Uber, the riding company. So there are n number of examples available. How the startups or the ventures prepared this lean canvas. Lean canvas means the initial canvas. I mean, initially there is a blank, then you have to write it down something on it. Then again you iterate multiple times in refining it. Then it take some shape on which you work for preparing further strategies. So initially is for lean canvas. Later on is called the business model canvas, when your business actually defines in all 9 terms. So, I mean, this is what I want to convey through this session. So I'd like to stop the sharing, and I am open for question if any from your end.
Any questions?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, to share your views with us. Definitely, it will help when anyone will start a startup in any area. Now, I request to all the participants, if you have any query, you can ask our speaker directly. If you have any query, you can raise your hand, or you can unmute yourself and ask your question directly. Sir, I think everyone is satisfied with your views.
Okay, so that is fair enough then.
No. Yes, sir. Now we are proceeding to end this session. And now I would like to invite our colleague, Dr. Neeta Sahu ma'am, to propose a formal vote of thanks. Dr. Neeta ma'am.
Thank you, Priyanka. Am I audible?
Yes, Didi.
Okay. So, my warm greeting to one and all present here. I, Dr. Neeta Sahu, take this opportunity to express my heartfelt gratitude on behalf of the Institute's Innovation Council of SSK GTC, established under the guidelines of Ministry Innovation Cell, Ministry of Education, Government of India. Firstly, I would like to extend a heartfelt thanks to our session's distinguished speaker, Mr. Shyam Kumar. Thank you, sir, for sparing your time with us and enlightening us with your knowledge and experiences on this relevant topic. Thank you, sir. I express my sincere gratitude to Dr. Aruna Bhatt Kaul Madam from our Mentor Institute, Roorkee Institute of Technology. Thank you, ma'am, for your constant support and able guidance. I would like to thank our principal madam and president of IIC for her motivational support. And I also convey my hearty thanks to our vice principal, Dr. Nirja Sachdeva ma'am. My sincere thanks to all my senior faculty members of IIC, Dr. Manjri Shukla madam, Dr. Meenu Agarwal ma'am for their constant blessings and guidance. And my thanks to all the members of IIC for your unconditional support and collaboration. Last but not the least, I would like to extend my thanks to all the participants and students. We are pretty sure that the participant must have benefited by attending this session. So see you, all of you again. So thank you and thank you all. Thank you. Over to you, Priyanka.
Priyanka, please unmute yourself. Priyanka, please unmute yourself.
Thank you, Neeta Didi. Thank you, sir. And thank you, Aruna ma'am, to accepting our invitation. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all to be with us.
Thank you so much, Dr. Neetu, Dr. Priyanka, and Dr. Aruna from IIC. And I hope that what I'm trying to deliver, at least you'll get some sense what I'm trying to convey. And pretty sure that in some other meeting or some other portal we'll connect once again. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Shyam. Thank you, Dr. Neeta. Thank you, Dr. Priyanka. And thank you, everyone present here. Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.